Well, I'll have you lot know we do have a special guest in the building today. Charlie, do you want to introduce who that?
We have got no one other than JMC. How you mean? Introduce yourself, man. How are you?
I'm good.
So, how did you get here today? Trouble? Easy?
Driving. Got me up early.
Top of the morning.
Of the morning. You
All
guys
right.
got up early, bro.
Hey, how you mean? We like that.
Yes. So, so for people who are listening that don't know, just tell us a little bit about what you do.
And who you are.
Yeah, like who's
Basically,
JMC?
JMC's a rapper from UK, East London. Plus, at the same time, I'm like a producer.
Okay.
Nice.
Got my own label, my own studio.
Okay.
Just,
JMC Vault. Okay.
Vault Studio. Studio time. Make sure. Go
What's
follow
your
that
prices? Throw it out there.
Studio. Decent, man. They're decent rates.
Throw it out there then.
We're working. We work with all budgets. Trust me.
Right, so I'm just gonna start off with obviously you said that you do music. When did that start?
Since I can remember, I've always liked music, and now it's just like part of my life now. So it's
Nice.
just like a hobby for me too, like a expensive hobby, you could say.
Okay.
You get me? You know what I'm saying? So independent, and yeah, that's basically it.
Cool.
Well, you've been around for a long time.
No.
Like, we're not trying to put your age out there.
Yeah.
But, like, when did you first decide that music was for you? And when did your first big break really happen?
Seriously, about 8 years ago.
Okay.
But like when I started taking it serious, before I was just doing it, but the scene wasn't like how it is now. So it wasn't evolved where you could say, yeah, you're going to do a track with someone in the States and it's just going to pop off and everyone's going to be...
But you did that, though.
But I just
Yeah,
got-
Okay.
With a few people as well. With a few
got
people.
done.
Right.
It got done, but yeah, at that time the mainstream was different to how it is now. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't have tracks that was going number one now. That back then, do you know what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say?
So how do you think it's changed in terms of reaching out to those American artists? Because you're a bit of a pioneer for that, to be honest. So, like, how do you think it's easier now?
I think it's easier now because like UK supports UK now as well. At the time there,
okay,
like,
yeah.
even 8 years ago, 5 years ago, when you think about it, the Americans still had all the radio play.
Yeah.
They still had like the power. Dominance,
Even the
like,
UK charts.
Even in the UK
Yep.
charts, like
Very
I always
true.
used to say, why don't they push UK artists the way they push American artists in
Yeah.
UK? And obviously the big labels abroad probably had to say in the radio play. You've got superstars from America that will say like you got to play our artists.
Yeah,
tunes, and
yeah.
The labels probably put the pressure on radio stations to play them kind of artists. So UK guys never really got a look
in.
properly at that time. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think it's
Yeah.
only recently that they've started to take us in and be like, you know what, the UK is kind of wavy, you know? Like,
Yeah, it's true.
couple
Definitely.
artists.
I think so. But to mention a couple of collabs, I don't know if my co-host wants to jump in here, but from America, we've got Uncle Murder and the likes of D Block. So for those who don't know who D Block is, they got some wicked artists in D Block. Explain who.
Jada Kiss, I'm sure everyone's if you like rock
Yep.
music, you know Jada Kiss.
If you don't know,
Styles P,
now you know.
Sheet Luch, you know what I mean? They were like the mixtape underground kings of rap. you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
man.
Jumping on everyone's beat. That's what everyone's doing now, and everyone's still doing it now. So I think they formulated that style of your favorite tune, and then they would put their street, their street
Okay.
vibe on it. Do you know what I mean?
So I want to know, how did those
how
link
did
ups
that
happen?
Yeah.
Well, at that time, I just thought, you know, like, I don't see why we can't rap with them. Do you know what I mean? I always thought that we're as good as them anyway.
Yeah.
But like I said at the time, we wasn't getting the limelight. So I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna go and find them myself.
So how did you do that?
Yeah.
Was it a MySpace thing?
No, but I just went to New York. I had like some family in New York, and I just went
Okay.
out there, and then I just said for like a couple of months, and I just said put the feelers out, and then next thing I know, I knew people from my family that knew people from there, and we just
Okay.
connected the dots. And next thing we was in Yonkers studio with Styles P, Jada.
Nice.
Wow.
Was that like an easy task, or was it like, did you ever feel like, oh, this ain't gonna happen, man?
No, I never felt like that. I always, if I want to do something, I always make sure that
I think it's a mentality thing as well, isn't it? You
Definitely.
block yourself a lot.
It'll
Definitely.
make it happen.
And I think a lot of artists nowadays have got that mentality now as well, and they're taking it more serious as a business as well. So, do you know what I mean? Originally, Styles P, to be fair, he was in the UK, and he was doing some other stuff with some other guys that I knew.
Okay.
So he hit me up and said, "Yeah, do you want to do something with him as well?" Kind of like, and I made the link. I said, "That's my guys. How you doing, my man? Like, let's bring my, you get me?"
Yeah.
Cool.
So then from there, I got the link, and then I went to the States. Told my family that, yo, I need to get to where these areas are.
Where these people, yeah.
And
Cool.
then I went back and hooked them back up, and he was like, "Rah, you're out in New York." So
That man's out here. How you doing?
Let's work it. You get me? You're serious. You get me?
Yeah.
And that's when he said, "Yeah." From there, we just hit it off. And then I brought them to London, done some shows, and they was like, "Rah, you're not signed us." Me, nah, man, this is doing this.
Yeah.
Because they
You get me?
even feature on your album a couple times as well, don't
The
they?
Safecracker,
Yeah,
yeah,
that Safecrackers
yeah,
album.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, after you kind of like made that link or that connect, I should say, with those lot, did you notice a major change in terms of music for you, or like did things just take a flip straight away, or was it still like
Still gotta grind?
Yeah.
Nah, it's always got to work, because even now I'm still working in it, but like you just got to keep working. But at that time, it was more shock to the industry because, like you said, that no one was doing that, and not only that, it's like videos. They're appearing in it, like American artists couldn't get them in videos. You know what I mean? It's like a major coup at the time, like what Giggs has done with Drake. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it was kind of like, wow. That's
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And but that's respected, you get me?
Of
that
course,
and that
of
was well
course.
deserved for Giggs, you get me, as far as I'm concerned. You get what I'm trying to say? So that's how it seemed in that time, but there wasn't as much social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going back
Understand.
even 5 to 6 years. That's how fast the scene's moving.
Goes,
You know what I mean?
yeah, it's true. It's true.
So do you still have a relationship with D Block? Do you
Yeah,
still?
I'll always have a relationship with them.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah, I always have a relationship. And that's one thing about, like, I think real artists, when it's done off, like, on positive vibes, you always have the link. You get me? 'Cause I'm not
Organically
looking to do
as well.
nothing wrong to them. They're not looking to do nothing wrong to me. It's
Right.
business. They can see I'm on my grind out here, and they're on their grind they was doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like real recognized real.
Of
That
course.
was
Yeah.
old saying,
Yeah,
you
the
know what I'm
always.
saying?
You know
So
what? As
you
cliche
see-
as it is.
Go on.
Sorry, I just wanted to say, as cliche as that saying is,
Yeah.
it's so true though. Real, recognized, real for real. Like,
You can have an artist, you can be like, he'll say, "I'm just coming to do the hook," but when you come to the studio and you recognise the people, even the people with you, the vibe, he ends
Yeah,
up doing a whole
yeah.
song,
Right.
doing another song
Oh,
before leaving. You got
exactly.
another guy that'll come in and just
Mad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
And it's organic, innit? When things happen
Natural.
organically, it just, it's natural.
Can't help
So
natural.
D Block UK, do you know much about them? Are you affiliated with them in any way?
no,
Do
I'm
you?
not affiliated with them. I know their music, and I think
Are they affiliated to D Block? Like
I
from?
presume they would be.
Yeah.
No one ain't
I
gonna
think
say
there's-
they're associated and they're
there's-
not. Do you know what I mean?
I think they're signed to them or something.
Oh, right,
I
okay.
don't know what the
I
connection
don't
is,
know,
but
but I heard something about like they saw them and thought, yeah, these guys are hard and signed them.
Okay.
Or something. Like, that's,
But the thing is
that's
about
how I
Americans,
heard
they're
it.
real like that. If they rate you, they rate you. Like,
Yeah, it's
and-
true,
You know
yeah.
what I'm trying to say? Like, and once you prove to them that you're real as well, then you got them forever. You get me, kind of thing.
Definitely,
As long as you don't
definitely.
mess up and you keep delivering, you get me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
course,
You stay hot, you get me.
Cool. I hear you. So speaking of collabs again, so Scorcher and Sizzler.
Yes.
I think Sizzler was a mad one for me. I was like, raw then, like proper across water.
Another mad one. I just went to Jamaica. Like, obviously, my parents and that are from Jamaica. So I went to Jamaica, and then like Sizzler was there. Like everyone's like, Sizzler's never gonna be in your video. He's a true Rasta. Man. You're not gonna get him on your track. You know, it's just ridiculous. Like you guy in Jamaica, you're mad.
You English boy.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get Sizzler. Like, man was like Sizzler. Even when I landed in Jamaica, man was like Sizzler. You mean Sizzler? Column? I'm like,
Yeah.
Sizzler. We're going to link Sizzler.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
When Stony Hills, he was there, come and done this video and everything. And no one could, you know what I mean?
No one could believe it.
What the air. But do you know what?
But I
mad.
did.
Best
I believed
believe.
it.
And that's why. That's
why
it, boy.
happened. Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
That's what I
Exactly.
think. Like a lot of artists in the UK now, they actually believe they're gonna be as big as they think they are.
As they, yeah, and that's just, it's just a belief, and that's just what it is. What was it like supporting for like Rick Ross, Fabulous?
That was sick, man.
How was that?
That was to me, from my point of view, it's like how it's meant to be. Do you know what I mean? I think, you know what I mean, like I want to do it, I want to do that, I want to do it with the best. You know what I'm trying to say? So obviously to me, it's a natural procedure. Like, it's a natural procedure. Do you get what I'm saying? If I want to say I'm going to be a rapper, I want to rap with the best. Like, I wanna
Yeah.
be on the same stage
Yeah.
with the best, as
Of
the best
course.
rappers out there. Otherwise, there's no point.
Do you have a relationship with those two, or is that like
I don't
something that
really-
was just set up?
I don't really have a relationship with them, but we flew over, like Fabulous, to do a show my people did anyway. So, and so obviously I got wanted to be on the show as well. As for the Rick Ross thing, someone else brought him over, but I wanted to be on the show because that's the kind of stage, like I said, I want to be on as a rapper. Do you know what I mean? If I'm rapping, I want to rap on the biggest stages. You get me?
Of course. And having said that, your music actually gets like played in the clubs, abroad, in the whole party scene. I mean, what kind of feel does that give you to think like, right, like people love this tune, they play it all the party islands?
It's crazy. It's a good vibe. Right?
What do you think it is about your songs? Because
I think with my songs, I try and do stuff that is catchy and relatable.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean? And relevant.
Right.
So like track Marbella, like that I've done, obviously it's gonna get played in Marbella.
Right.
It's not gonna
Cool.
die. Marbella's gonna be there forever.
Of course.
So it's kind of like it turns it into like a yearly anthem tune.
That holiday party tune,
That whole
and the
vibe.
Love Island tune.
The Love Island tune was kind of like based off the program.
Yeah.
Right.
I got the idea from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how many times has man met a sweetheart on the island? You get what I'm trying to
It's
say?
true.
So it made relevant sense as well. So I think that's why, and it was
very
a
strategic.
good song as well.
Nice.
Strategic.
You know, to keep yourself relevant. That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
trust me.
And you got belief in yourself, so you make things
on.
happen. I mean,
You know.
he's talking wisdom, guys. Make sure you're listening.
Yes, take it in. Take it in.
Make sure you're listening. Right. So also, I wanted to talk about how do you think the industry is today, and how do you think it treats the artists who paved the way for the industry?
I think the industry's in a better place now because they're actually taking care of their own UK artists first, where they never used to before. Because like I said before, it was a different market. Do you know what I mean? And I think now, like, there's UK kids growing up that didn't know that there weren't UK rap like 15 years ago. You know what I mean? So they don't know no different. You know what I mean? Like my little nephew, he don't care if you're American or English. They've adapted to the frequency of both voices. Where before,
Right.
American just used to sound better.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just like
You used to get
fashion
English
artist.
people putting on American accent to rap.
Yes. And like even same with yard acts. You get what I'm trying to say? Like you've got UK guys that are good as well, but originally the yard artist was the one. That voiced,
Yeah,
you get
course,
me?
Right.
of
But now it's
course.
all different because you've got
And people just adapting to sounds and different things.
And
You
it's
got
the youngsters are really adapting to both.
yeah, it's true.
That's
It's
what's
true.
making sense, and that's what's pushing it further.
So how do you think this industry that we've sort of built up treats those who pioneered, who sort of went through the Channel U's and the upcoming of bringing that UK sound? How do you think that they're treated in
I think
today's musical
probably
society?
got respect behind the scenes more than like
The fans and stuff.
It's like in America, they would give awards to Busta Rhymes and
Right.
Hall of Fame and all these kind of things. But I think here we're just developing in that. You know what I mean? Like you got to remember, like Americans in that field are like 25, 30 years ahead.
Yeah,
We're like
true.
now, like where Jay-Z was when he had the Rock tour or whatever. Do you get what I'm trying to say? With like Dave, Fredo, Stormzy.
People are doing
You get
people
me?
doing
You
some
get me?
crazy stuff.
They're doing
People
some-
in
They're doing some mad numbers now, like, you know what I mean? Wireless, you know what I mean? People that
Glastonbury and stuff.
like even to me, when I saw that, I was like, go on, like UK. you get
Yeah.
me? Because that's what I thought and expected it
to be, yeah, or
Years
yeah,
ago.
should have been, yeah,
Years
yeah,
ago, do you know
agreed,
what I'm saying?
agreed, yeah.
And even they look, French Montana and all them was on stage, they was like gas, like, raw.
Yeah.
UK, yeah.
UK, man, what, hundreds of thousands of
Trust
people
me.
It
dancing
must
on
feel
trees and
good
shit.
to know that
Of
like
course.
you fought for this.
Yeah,
course.
Do you know what I
worked,
mean?
You grinded, it's
But
true.
you got anything you want, you got to work for, innit? Do you know what I mean? So it comes part with the territory. Like a lot of people now, it's like, to me, where people always say, yeah, it's easy now for artists to bust blow up now. Like, like it sounds cliche, but it is much easier. But I don't want to come across and devalue what they're doing. You know?
Yeah,
Because
of course,
the scene's
of course.
built up now to that level, so you get me. You can't say to someone, yeah, why have to go fly out here? And
Yeah.
Now you go to a label, man. You can't say that because the scene's changed.
Course,
You just have to
of
adapt
course.
with it.
Well, with your studio, because I wanted to touch on that a little bit. You said that you produce
Sing, yeah?
as
You rap?
well.
You sing, you rap, yeah?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, you know, something.
I mean, something. She's sick still. Don't
But what I
let her
was
play
gonna say
herself down.
was, what came first, the singing or the producing or the rapping for you?
I think I think where I'm got the hustler's mind, it kind of made sense to be able to record for free. That was my main thing. I said, if I want to record, I'm gonna have to. I was going to these big studios, knowing me. I wanted to go to the best studios. Man's talking something like T's a day at them times, and I was like, right, you know what? I need my own studio. Because sometimes you're in there. I want to be in there all day.
Chill out. Yeah, cool. Yeah, man. Hold the vibe.
So
got 2 hours to go.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I ain't even written nothing yet, or whatever. I've just got it.
Cool.
So I said, you know, this is long. I got to find a way with that. You know what I mean? Be cost effective. You know what I mean? So the entrepreneurs in me just said, you know what, get your own studio. You can stay in there for days if you want to do it.
Did you get your own studio and then teach yourself to do these things, or was it something, the skills that you already knew?
Basically, the studio, I'm more of a higher man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like I get the studio.
I know you man. Cool.
Engineers
delegate.
It's delegate. I want this to sound like this. Come in,
cool. Right. Nice.
You get me? And then I'll give you a job.
Cool.
Keep my studio popping. You get what I'm trying to say?
Of course.
Make my studio sound sick, and we'll get more business.
Of course. That's the way it goes.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Cool.
Right. On that note, I'm gonna play the song "Love Island" featuring Govern. But I want to know, Giovanni.
What did she?
Govern.
We've got a thing.
So I have dyslexia. So when I see things, I don't even read it properly. I look and I'm like, yeah, okay, this is what it is.
Nah, I didn't mean to blaze you up like that. Like,
do you know what I mean? No, but these are always do, innit? They're always at me. So it's not even you. So anyway, we're going to go in with Giovanni and JMC, Love Island. So was this made at Vault Studios?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. So Giovanni, how did you get into contact with Giovanni? How did you meet him?
Through mutual music friends, you know what I mean? Like obviously, from you got a studio, it does benefit you sometimes because more time, man will hit you up and say, "I've got an artist, he's sick, you need to check him out." Yeah. And me, I'm just one of them guys that if I hear that, then it's like radar. Yeah, cool, bring him down. I've got a studio. Like where before it's like you'd have to book a studio, go in, and he might be whack. It might be rubbish. You get me? And then
how do you handle stuff like that?
like, are you straight up and honest? Like,
you got to be. You got to be. You know what I mean? You can't. Obviously, you don't want to be telling people blatantly. You get
don't do music.
Yeah, because who am I? Because someone might say that to me. Someone might think that about my music. You could play my stuff to someone. Someone like, what's this? You get me? So everyone's got their opinion.
Their own, innit?
Yeah. So, but end of the day, you've got. If you know it's not for me, it's not for me. Innit? It's not. No point saying I like this, bro, and I don't. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But obviously, I let the engineer. We've got a team.
Yeah, cool.
We've got Vault Studios. That's why it's called Studios. We have admin. We have a team.
Everything.
You get what I mean? So everything's in place. So when they get that Dear John vibe, someone will. You know, that's their job. You know what I mean? My job is artists in there to work with other artists and to get good music out there. That's my job. You know what I mean? Like my hobby. Like that's what I like doing. Do you know what I'm saying? So. I'm not trying to get too deep in the politics with people. You know what I mean? So I just I just have staff. That's why you got staff.
Yeah.
And they come in and they do their job.
Teamwork makes the dream work. What would you say is the best thing about what you do?
The best thing about what you do is creating something from nothing. An idea like in the car, and then you go studio, you put it in the system, you try out the idea. The producer comes with the beat and you think, nah, bruv, you must have heard my idea because that just goes with that.
What I had,
You know what I mean? And then that creates, and then you start listening to it, and then you're all in the studio, and everyone's in the studio like, yo, this is mad. You get me? And then you start playing it, and then you put a little skit up, and then everyone, next thing you know, you see it on all the blogs, and then you're like, rah, you get me? And
must be a good feeling, you know.
From the idea in a car or driving around, you think, I just thought of that, and now everyone likes it. It's mad.
Yeah. Sick.
So how long did it take you to come to the decision to, you know, make your own studios and then for it to come into fruition?
It didn't take long, to be fair, because like I said, I was, you know, the entrepreneurism comes into effect. You know what I mean? The hustle side of my brain comes into effect, and it's just like, boy, if you're better off getting your own studio. So from then, I just started looking for places. And I started off my first studio in Shoreditch when it was like not like how it is now. Do you know what I mean? So I saw I even saw the potential in that area because I said, "Like, what are you going to Shoreditch for?" I said, "Bro, it's
don't even know.
It's just pioneering.
Yeah, because it's like Liverpool streets there, old streets there. Do you know what I mean? Like people can come from all sides, and you start saying to a man, I've got a studio in Hackney. What part of Hackney? Where parts? Which
But
part?
where those on the high
Yeah,
road,
my brethren not chat to his brethren. I'm not coming down there. If I come down, I see that. Like, I don't want it. You know what I mean? If you say, I'm in Shoreditch.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Go,
shoulders are dropped. Everyone's coming
Weight
down.
off the shoulder,
Yeah,
like,
I don't have to pass that road. I don't have to go through that block. I even though I think that's all nonsense, but it is what it is. It's real life. You get what I'm saying? Real life. So I thought and that's what basically I kept in that area, and I've always been in that area. Do you know what I mean? So and it's always it's always worked out like that. When I say to artists from South, where is it?
Shoreditch, yeah, and
I'm
like,
there. You know
what
what I
you're
mean?
saying is true. What you're saying, like, back when Shoreditch wasn't really like popping like that, people go there on a Friday and Saturday, but now it's like almost the norm. Shoreditch, it's almost like a strip. Like when you go on holiday and you've got the party strip with all the clubs, all the bars, everything like that. Like, are you sure you didn't have some information from the future?
This is what we do. This is what we do. This is what I do. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just what it is. Like, I just thought of that place, and I just thought that makes sense. You know what I mean? And it's still local to where I'm from. Do you know what I mean? So you just in and out, like, you know.
Can I ask as well, what is the storage dance? What is that?
What was that? Oh, that was basically well, I think that was another pioneering track, because that was like one of the first songs to talk about and big up a UK sports personality or someone from UK, like where normally in America they'll do LeBron James, Mayweather. Like, no one didn't actually chat about our own superstars for like or sports people or whatever, and give them that accolade. You know what I'm saying? And then I mentioned like the European destination spots was one of the first. Paris. Now everyone now, like, I'm not saying everyone's copying up them, but everyone now, I want Paris to do this, I want Paris to do that. That song was like the first one of, to me anyway, representing Europe, saying like, I go Paris. If I'm not in London, I'm there. Where before, man's talk about, Americans talk about Miami, LA, I think we were the first one to mention European spots. Okay. You get what I'm trying to say? In a song. You with a trap song, like with a beat song. You get what I'm trying to say? And now look, all the Americans now, where are they? They're in Mykonos. They're in
Santorini.
In Santorini now. You get what I'm trying to say? But years before, they weren't talking about
it's
that.
True.
They weren't talking them kind of stuff. So I think with that song, it was more based on the footballing side of things, which is our sport, our main sport as well, and a top brother in it. You get me? That was doing well really well at the time. Was playing for England, was leading the line for England as well. It all corresponded. You get what I'm trying to say? And I think everyone gravitated to that. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. So on that note, I want to play Marbella. So why does it have double L in it?
I don't know. That's how they pronounce it. I'm not on you. You're making me feel actually trying to correct you.
I don't feel bad. When I looked at it, I was like,
I'm not.
It's Marbella. I've never actually heard of Marbella, so I thought, is it Marbella? But then, why does it have two L's in it?
Do you know what it is?
I think they're out here to get me because I'm dyslexic. Like, everyone's spelling things some different ways today.
And when you haven't seen a word, you're like,
no, it's true.
It's like, I thought conscious was conscience. When I first saw it spelled, I was like, no way, because of the way it's spelled.
The English like language is not. It's not even English in the beginning. To be fair, it's a mix of different languages. That's why we're so messed up. Anyway,
Marbella.
Back to Marbella. Who's coming with me? I'm going to Marbella. So now we are about to play a game.
Yes.
And this game, do you want to introduce the game page while I set up the cups?
It's called Would You Rather. So I have a small selection of Would You Rather questions.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask the question, and then while I'm asking the question, you take a sip of your drink and just answer. Literally. The first option that comes to your mind. That make sense? We all good? Charlie, we good?
I think we are.
Cool. So, the first question is, would you rather experience the beginning of planet Earth or the end of planet Earth? Ooh, them questions there.
Them cosmic bars, yeah.
It's like either you're alone or you're going to die. Oh my days.
The beginning.
Beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay. What about you?
He's a bit of a pioneer in
Yeah,
general,
yeah,
so like,
true,
should just be out here
true.
building the
I
world.
say yeah.
For me, I'd have to say the beginning, because who wants to just be there to see everything ending?
Exactly.
I want to like
It might
be
be
there
interesting though.
But you want to see how it form, because everyone's asking that question. How?
How? Yeah, no, it's true. It's
Where?
Well,
true.
how does it end?
No, how did it become?
Oh, how did
like,
it start?
How did,
Okay,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
is there-
Okay.
Yeah, it'd have to be the
Okay,
beginning for me.
okay.
What about you?
What about me? I would definitely say what you guys said, but the curiosity of how it ends.
It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be nice how it ends. It's not
It
gonna be.
will always be.
But then the
in
thing
my
is,
head.
it's like, would you want to find out and then just die? It's not even like you can write it down in the memoirs for people to read. But then you know, and you just know that for yourself.
But how do we know
Can't even tell
if we're
anyone.
necessarily gonna die
It's true, but
when when the end of
the
planet?
fear
Earth,
of the
you know?
unknown just forces me to pick beginning. I can't lie to you.
I hear you. I hear
Fear
you.
of the unknown. If Earth is gonna die, where am I going?
Mars.
You better hope we can populate on
Boy,
Mars.
you don't even. Boy.
real?
Okay.
Are you for real?
Excuse
Oh
me?
my days.
They just landed in Mars, didn't they, the other day or something?
I don't believe.
Oh, you thought you were just messing around?
Yeah, like I need to research that. Okay, cool. Next
Okay.
question.
So I got a question.
Oh, okay, go on then.
So would you rather American sound or UK sound?
UK sound.
Oh, take a sip. I agree
Okay.
with that one, so I'm just gonna
Would
sip.
you rather reverse one decision you make every day, or be able to stop time for 10 seconds once every day? So you get the option to do one of them once a day. So reverse the decision you make, or pause time for 10 seconds.
Reverse a decision.
Yeah.
I think 10 seconds ain't enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? I ain't even got
do a
time
snap.
to go and
You can
grab
do a-
my
You
shoes.
can do one snap and that's it.
Make myself
You can do a
unlate
snap
for
and
work.
that's it.
Cool. Okay. Would you rather go back to the past and meet your loved ones who passed away, or go to the future and meet your children or grandchildren to be?
That's a tricky one, you know.
Tough one still.
That's like trying to weigh up. Do I want to go and find out some history? Maybe that could help me, or could I be that history to help someone else? Ooh.
Let's start with
Mr.
you,
Producer
JMC.
saying
What
to the
would you-
past. I think I agree.
Go back and argue with family members. What you doing here, man?
I was
Why you
right.
stay in Jamaica?
I was right. Where you
I told
at now?
you.
Where are you now?
With my money? No, I'm joking.
That's
Probably go back because I know who I know in it, and you'd probably want to reason and you know what I mean, and say, yeah, what's it like over there? Let man know.
How's it going?
Yeah, what happens at
really
the end? You get me?
happens.
What about you, Charlie?
I think I'd have to go back because
Okay.
my dad passed away when I was 18 months old. So for me, I'd want to know a lot more that
About-
I never
yeah,
had the opportunity
yeah.
to ask.
Makes sense.
And maybe that might help better me.
Get to
For
know him as a
today,
person
you
as well.
know?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Understand why you might be a certain way, or why you like certain
Yeah.
things, or yeah, cool, okay, cool, I get that. Well, I think what I would do is I would go into the future,
Oh, okay.
only because I would love to go back and see my deceased loved ones, but I knew you.
Okay.
I've met you. Like our time was.
It's
That was our
happened.
time. It was. I believe everything's written in it. So
Okay.
that was our time. So the option to go, because I might not ever meet my grandchildren or my great grandchildren. So for the option to go forward and, you right, mate? Yeah, everything's a bit messed up back here, but hopefully it's good.
Did
in
it
the
sort
future.
itself out?
Do you know what I mean? So I think I'd go forward still. I think I'd go forward.
Do you know what? I'm actually sitting here deep in it, and I'm thinking, if I went forward, it's not like I could go and give them the lottery numbers, because it's forward. Things are changing. It's new. If
Yeah, I know
went
what you
back,
mean. Okay,
I could
yeah,
get
you
the
could
lottery
say,
numbers.
yeah,
No, in
yeah,
fact, could
yeah,
you?
yeah, you could.
Could if you went back though?
Yeah, because it's still gonna happen. but you could have.
But they don't know it yet. Which is true. Now, it depends on what you believe.
Butterfly effect. Okay.
Okay, we're getting real deep into this question.
I got another question. Would you rather get away with lying every time or always know when someone is lying?
Oh,
I'd rather know when someone's
I
lying.
think so.
Yeah, same. That's kind of
I
like
think so, you know.
Yeah. That's
think so.
Yeah, that goes without saying. But then you never know. Some people out there might, because there's people out there that love a lie, and they will lie through them teeth all the time. So
Yeah, but they're lying to benefit themselves. But with someone's lying to you, I'd rather know that because it's benefiting them lying to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to
I
say?
would still definitely rather.
If you're lying,
So what would you do if someone lied to you and in your head there's like, yep, they're lying. So now what are you gonna do?
you know.
Yeah, I know, innit?
No, but you
I ain't
know
gonna
how to
call you
handle-
out on
you
it,
know-
but
No, you know, but what are you gonna do now?
I know not to.
But you know how
trust
to handle them, innit?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. You know how to handle them
See
now.
them teeth in your mouth? You really want them?
I don't know.
Have I lied to you or something?
No, I'm talking to the camera. You're just behind it.
My bad, sorry.
Got a bit of.
Right, I got a question for you.
Alright.
So my question is, if you could collaborate with any Channel U artist, who would it be, alive or dead?
Channel U.
So that proper old school back in the day artist, who would it be?
I collaborate with Chip.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
Chip.
nice.
Good one.
Chip.
Good one.
Good artist. Always got bars. You get me?
Nice one. Got another question
like
for you.
that.
Who do you think has the better platform for the UK scene? So you got GRM, you got Link Up, or SBTV. Who do you think has the better platform for the UK scene?
You don't want me to get no videos on some of them, do you? But at the moment, I'm not gonna lie. I'm going where I'm getting love shown at the moment, and right now that's with Link Up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Nice.
Grime Daily, love them too, but end of the day, right now all my stuff's coming out on Link Up. So Posty, sort it out.
I actually had this conversation the other day and with one of my friends, and I was saying, should an artist keep the continuity of the channel where they release them? Because I've seen a lot of artists dash out something on Grime Daily, Link Up, here, there, whatever. What do you think?
I think, me personally, I try and stay uniform, but at the same time, everyone's got different
Networks,
and some
Different
tunes
audience.
and some music goes with certain places, and not only that, some of the blogs change their style. They're like, I'm not playing that type. Man will try and par you like, I'm not trying to play this music anymore. We can't at the moment. And you go back on the channel and they're playing the same music that they said they can't play. So it's either, you get me, it's your channel. I'm not here to, you get me, it's your yard. You
of
could do what you
course.
want in your yard, but
Of course.
Fair enough.
don't chat rubbish to man, innit? Because
Keep it
that-
100.
Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say?
We know when people lie out here.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know.
'Cause we know. But yeah,
Chose that one.
I think going on all different platforms give you a variety as well, because then it looks like you're growing
Right.
Okay.
as well. So if
Okay,
you're
I
on
like that.
Grime Daily, then you're on Link Up, and then you're on SBTV, the sheep following say, he's on all of them. He's
What's he doing? Yeah.
And also,
yeah.
I think as well, you've got different audiences. So
Exactly.
you're spreading it out. You're getting more views.
Some
from
people are
different
loyal to their platforms as well, so they ain't
Right,
never
yeah.
gonna go to
That's
no other
true.
platform and listen to their stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? So you got to go on all three. And you might catch them. Oh, who's that? Right, man, it's hard, you know.
true,
Or,
no.
you get me? That's what I think anyway.
What about like for your own YouTube channel? I mean, when is the right time to think, do you know what? I'm gonna start just putting things on my own channel now.
When you keep getting these million plaques from these from these blogs, you know it's time to get your own stuff. You know what I mean?
'cause
You know.
built that fan base, innit?
Yeah, it works hand in hand, innit? You need the platforms to get that buzz up.
Truth.
You get me? You got to go through all that madness.
Malarkey.
Yeah, malarkey. You know, just like a label.
Yeah.
Now they're moving like they're labels. Now you got to go through all that politics of rubbish. You get me? But then when you do get that and you get the thing, then you got to go and do what you got to do and move off. and get your own fan base. Well, you've got their fan base already because you've used them to get your fan, and they've used you.
Yeah,
To get,
ideally.
You get me to get your £1 million
no, it's
plaques.
true.
I see people getting plaques. I don't see people getting checks from it. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Apart from the owner of the channel, that's how.
I'm not saying that. I ain't saying that. I didn't say that.
He's trying to get his music out there. We're not trying to tender that today and mess it up.
And then, but they would say, yeah, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't get that. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So
It's
it
true.
works hand in hand.
Hand in hand, yeah.
So,
The check.
yeah. You know, so.
Nice.
Have you got any more questions for the game?
Not for the game, but I just want to say, like, what should we be looking out for from yourself or from artists you've worked with? Or
What's coming?
yeah, what should we be looking out for?
New music is coming. Like I said, at the moment, I'm just in the studio trying to do a new album, like proper album.
Okay.
Now that I know that the UK is respecting albums and artists now properly,
Nice.
like how they should have been. You get what I'm trying to say? So before it would just throw tunes out because I can do it innit? And I like it. But now the structure's there in, you know what I mean, in the UK scene now. So I've got a few like collabs on the way that I'm working on now, but obviously I can't say until they happen because I don't like to say things unless I know. The man will say, yeah, you can do it, but you know me, I'll definitely gonna come through 2019 with some new stuff.
Love that.
Nice.
Love that.
So keep a lookout.
Yeah.
And where can they find all of your music? or
Spotify,
socials?
YouTube. You know, you can follow me on Instagram, JMC Vault, VAULT. Follow Vault Studios, Vault_Studios. Do you know what I mean? If they want studio time, you know, if you want studio time, I'm gonna hook you up. Don't worry. Yeah, we'll have you in the studio.
Got you. Got
You know
you.
what I
Got
mean?
you.
You got it. So
Cool.
And did you say SoundCloud?
I don't really use
Did you
SoundCloud
or say
that much.
Spotify?
Spotify.
What's your Spotify name?
JMC Vault.
Lovely.
JMC.
Make sure you go check them out, guys. Trust me. Wavy.
Thanks for having me on.
No
Bless.
Thanks for
worries.
coming.
Always.